Oh, here we are. We're live, man. We're back.
We're back.
We're
I'm
back,
back.
damn it. We're back.
I'm alive, so that's a good thing.
Dirk's here, man. Dirk's back home.
And I'm home, feeling good-ish.
Well, I mean, I'm sure a lot of people are wondering where the fuck have you been?
Yeah, so we'll give it a minute here just in case some people are joining late so that we don't have to go through all of it a bunch of times. But yeah, somebody's got the pizza emoji going. Sadly,
No.
pizza is off the diet for now.
Oh,
So
man, what are you gonna do, man?
if you see me looking sad, that could be part of it.
Yeah, no more pizza emojis for a while, guys.
Yeah, no, use emojis. It's all good, but yeah, pizza's off the diet. I have a whole new diet now that
How
we're
about
still
whiskey, man?
kind of working out.
Is whiskey allowed?
No, I don't drink anyway, which is ironic because the disease I have, or the illness that I suffered, or the whatever you want to call it, is really for people that are alcoholics. A lot of alcoholics get what I had or what I have. And so it's kind of ironic that I've spent my entire life not drinking and I still get the alcoholic disease, so to speak. So, yeah, what I have is an extreme case of pancreatitis. So your pancreas creates insulin to regulate your blood sugar, and it creates enzymes to help digest your food. Well, mine got pissed off 2 months ago, give or take, and got super swollen, super inflamed, had a cyst on it. The cyst was just over 9 inches, which is bigger than your pancreas, which is bigger than your liver, which I think is bigger than your appendix. So, yeah, so they've done a number of surgeries. I go back in again this Wednesday for another surgery because now the pancreas has started dying, a percentage of it. And so it's created a lot of necrosis, they call it. So the last 2 surgeries I've had, they've gone in and scraped out all of the dead tissue from the pancreas. There's so much that they've had to do it multiple times. It's excruciatingly painful. The whole, not the surgeries because you're knocked out, but just the entire ordeal. I was in the hospital for 64 days, and I've been home now a week yesterday. So, yeah, I was pretty much out of it for 2.5 months. But thankful to be alive because it could have been a lot worse. I needed to lose some weight anyway, so that's a good thing. Although I lost probably at least twice as much weight as I should. So I need to gain some back. However, I'm still losing weight last week being home.
Well, to be fair, at least your blood pressure is going to like it.
Yeah, so my blood pressure is back on track. Yeah, I've got...
That's good, man. Well,
3 to 6 months.
What I'm curious, man, just out of curiosity. 3 to 6 months of recovery.
Yeah.
So my question is what is your diet like now?
It's really low fat is all they've really told me. So I'm doing a lot of like chicken, bread, sandwiches, that sort of stuff. Yeah, really just low fat. We're still working with my doctors on what that exactly looks like.
Are you allowed to eat fish?
Fish is good also. I'm not a big fish person, but fish is also good.
There's a couple fish, man, that are less fishy, if you will, that are really, really good. Trout's one of the ones I highly, highly recommend. It's so good, just like fried on a pan. It's easy to make and it's yummy.
Yeah, so I'm looking at that stuff, but like no burgers, no pizza, low fat milk, things like that. Mo Patty asks, oops, what is he asking here? With them scraping away the dead part, will it survive or how does that work? So yeah, we believe the pancreas is going to survive. It is regulating my blood sugar just fine right now, and it is giving me the enzymes to digest food. And as they're scraping it away, some of it's just going into my stomach, and then the stomach juices are digesting the dead part. They put in a few stents to help it drain into my stomach and things like that. So everything seems to be working. We'll see how many more surgeries after this Wednesday. They said when I got out of the hospital, they were going to do 2 to 4 more over the next couple of months. So we'll see.
Well, it's good to see you back, man. I mean, I'm glad to see your face. You know, like you're a part of my normal day.
Yep.
Normally, right? I try to keep up with you a lot, like almost daily, but I didn't want to like harass you too much while you're resting either, you know?
Yeah, it's been great. Everybody kind of checked in, not to a point of annoyance, but enough to let me know that there's people out there. Had some phone calls at the hospital, had texts and messages and comments on posts and things like that. So it's been really good. And those little things helped a lot. When you're sitting in the hospital alone with just the nurses and a little call button so they can come and help you, give you pain meds and stuff.
I was serious about breaking you out, man. I was gonna dress like a nurse and just walk in there with a name tag and like I gotta take this guy to next facility and just roll you out of there, man. I was gonna save you, man. I would have.
Yeah, the hospital wasn't so bad. I never really got bored. I watched a lot of TV. I thought about a lot of stuff. It was good, kind of. I'm ready to get back to work. I'm going to go back to work tomorrow. I work from home, so it's easy. I'll just be sitting here at the same desk, doing a couple of meetings, going through about 1,300 emails in the last 2 months I need to go through. But yeah, we're going to see how it goes. Kind of ease back into work tomorrow, at least for part of the days, and try to get back up to speed. So yeah, it's been good. But I missed a lot of stuff at work, and I missed a lot of stuff in the knife community. I didn't watch a lot of YouTube. Obviously didn't post anything on YouTube. Didn't post a lot on Facebook or Instagram. Just kind of chilled at the hospital, really. I was in a lot of pain at the beginning and on a lot of heavy opiate pain meds. So yeah, luck. I wish I could just hit delete all, but then I would never get caught up and see what happened while I was gone. So yeah. But yeah, all in all, I'll be fine. And I'm getting back to posting and I'll do more videos. I'm not going to do a video a day for the foreseeable future. That was a pretty grandiose achievement for 5 years anyway. But I will be posting again. I've got some stuff here that people have sent in. Knife Life is here in the chat, and I got a box from him while I was in the hospital. So, and I've got some other stuff from before I left. So yeah, everybody that let me keep their stuff here for 2.5, 3 months, I appreciate it. I just sent out 2 boxes back to people today, so that's good. But yeah. Hey, thanks,
Yeah,
Jared.
and I got a bunch of shit to send back to you, and I still have your $10,000 knife in here. I got to send back to you.
That I have never carried and I've owned for what, like a year now?
Yeah. Well, it's been here for months. I mean, like at least like 4 or 5 months I've had it.
Yeah. So
right on.
Yeah.
Well,
thanks everybody for the well wishes, the welcome backs, and all that. It means a lot. I'm not going to go through the chat and comment on every single person's ones, but thank you very much. I'm glad to be back.
Yeah, I've been up to some other stuff than knife stuff too since you've been out. I have decided that it's gonna be a lot of firearm stuff for me, you know. So I have like already started getting. Oh, everybody likes to like. You gotta like show everybody they're clear, right? Yeah. So I have been starting to play around with this thing, build it, new trigger and stuff like that. I am going to be starting to compete in USPSA, and I might even consider doing some IDPA. So I've been spending a lot of time with this gun. Even though I got a new gun, I got a SIG recently. This is kind of like my competition gun. And I did also get a real legit competition holster with mag carries and everything. This is a core belt. It's got an inner and outer one, which is pretty cool. These mag holders, these mag pouches actually can hold like my SIG ones, my Glock ones, kind of like pretty much fit a bunch of different. I think you can even fit a double stack mag in there. So pretty cool. This thing is fully adjustable. It's only got so a lot of race holsters and stuff. Like I think one of the things that people have a lot of issues with, like, is wanting to make sure that you have a really easy like holster to go in and out, but also it would be nice to have like a little clever locking device. So right here on the side, you can see there's a little flip out lever, and once that's flipped up, the gun's not going anywhere. There's like a plastic ball bearing that pushes inwards and like locks the gun inside the trigger guard, which is pretty clever. So like when you grab the gun, you just put your thumb, which is kind of hard to show, right there, and it flips out and the whole gun comes out, which is really super cool. So
that's cool.
So yeah, I've been making friends with some like the SoCal IDPA guys. They're pretty friendly and stuff. The USPSA are a little further outside of LA, so I am gonna do one in Lake Piru on the 28th. I'm gonna start competing. Be my first one. I'm gonna suck, but you know, I know how to be safe with a gun. I know how to shoot a gun. So I'm just gonna go slow and blink, blink, blink. You know, just kind of learn how to do the thing. Yeah. And then you can speed up once you've done it a few times, you get more comfortable.
Oh, for sure. That's awesome.
Yeah, I'm actually probably going to have to start selling some knives and stuff because I actually want to buy a 2011. So, yeah, because the Staccato came to California.
Oh, she's.
It's very expensive. The roster? Yeah, they just put one on the roster, man. Takes Glock mags. Yeah. First Staccato. That actually I think that happened while you were in the hospital. And yeah, so you can buy like a decent 2011 that's California legal. And I've always kind of wanted a 2011, although like I like 1911's the best. But they say they shoot so flat and everything. It's kind of like if you want to do competition, they say it's kind of like the gun you probably want to look at. And I like cleaning a lot and tinkering and stuff. So it's going to be a cool gun. Just require a lot of maintenance. You got to clean them a lot, lube them a lot to keep them running. Unlike a Glock, you can, I mean, God, you got to at least run like a couple thousand rounds in it and maybe just oil the slide once in a while. I'll keep going, probably way past that. And like a 2011 after 1,000 rounds, like that's already considered a little excessive to not like wipe it down and clean it on the inside. So, so gun stuff, man. I also have been buying few knives. I don't think I showed this one on the podcast yet.
I remember,
yeah, the Marfion Custom. Well, kind of. Marfion Signature Series Amphibian.
Yep.
And then, so that's pretty cool with the Baker's Forge Damascus and stuff.
That is a cool knife. In any variety, it's a cool knife.
I like kind of like how they're really kind of like upgrading the hardware. You notice it's like T's, not like that
Yep.
weird triangular thing that they do. So yeah, cool knife. The one other thing that I thought was kind of cool about these is you could literally like just pull it on one side.
Yeah.
Like, well, it's a little easier on the thumb. And the way that the track is, like, it can't bind like a Benchmade does, kind of like from one side to another. It just rolls straight back. So kind of cool design by Microtech. So that was kind of cool. I did buy also. Oh, I showed you this. I got my my CMF Metalworks Mistress came out with some beautiful accents and a gorgeous Damascus blade, some Westinghouse and all that. So I finally got my knife from Yes Luck. We'll be talking about that. I'm going to bring it up in a second.
Luck is some shade.
Yeah. So finally got a custom from Ian. I love this thing, Westinghouse micarta, and I guess this is crystallized tie and zirconium of some sort.
That's cool. Fred says, how do you take care of a Baker Forge carbon-based Damascus?
Oil. That's pretty much it. Pretty much oil the bastard and wipe it down, and then there's also here actually. Oh, I don't have it here. You know that green stuff that Jim Skelton used to sell, or probably still sells? That
Oh,
EDC.
yeah. What is that?
EDC something.
EDC
I still have
something, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was like EDC something, some green bottle that's supposed to be anti-corrosive. So that stuff actually works okay. I've been using that for a few years, and then I did get a new Emerson, just to show a couple knives. This is the ECOG group only one, called the Soul Breaker, for the ECOG group thumb stud. There's the logo, kind of cool. Emerson's getting much better, man. These knives are, I mean, they're still Emerson's, but they're made a lot nicer. Like, they're centered and smooth. And then the last thing that I got since you've been gone is this thing. This is a Bulldog by TRM.
Oh, okay.
So same thing. They did that, that lock system, like an Axis lock. This one sticks like an Axis lock and everything. But the TRM knives are very like comfortable, and they're like ground really, really, really thin.
Yeah.
See that?
Yeah, they're super thin.
Good cutting tool, man. Not really special looking or anything, but very cool cutting tool. And that's it.
Okay. Well, I haven't bought anything. I'm paying bills, and I got a hospital bill to pay. So, yeah. Donations are welcome, of course, but not necessary. You know how it is.
Yeah.
Actually, it's not all that bad. It's it is what it is. But whip out the credit card, pay the bill, and move on. So, but I've got some cool stuff coming in. Todd Fisher Sr. just built a couple of things that are headed my way.
Are they a pair?
It might be a pair.
I think I know which one.
Really, they're probably the two most beautiful knives I think I've ever seen in my life. And I can't wait to get them here to check them out. My good friend Anthony, the owner, has waited and just told Todd to hold on to him until Dirk gets out of the hospital and then send them to him. So that's super great when people do that. Guri, who I think might still be in the chat too, he's got some from Rugged Mountain Knives being built, and told Gene, the owner there, just when they're done, hold them until Dirk's home and ready. And then boom, they'll come. So Yeah, it's really cool when people trust me enough to debut their new knives before they even get to see them.
Super cool.
Hey, Mo Patty, thank you very much. Yes, the super chats are open. Not quite ready for people to send a bunch of stuff in. Alex can send some stuff. A couple of people are sending stuff. I just don't want to get too far behind and have people's stuff here for 6 months. Like, I just don't know that that's fair. But yeah, if you want to send stuff in, yes, we can start sending stuff in, and I will start to get to them. I don't know how many videos I'm gonna do a week, and I may not start for another week or two. I gotta kind of still ease into life and work and whatnot. But I'd like to do 2 or 3 videos a week, I think. I did a short video when I first got home from the hospital. Had my girlfriend cut off my like wristbands, you know, your ID things from the hospital. And I was shocked. In like 3 or 4 days, it got 20,000 views. I was like, what? Like, it's the most viewed short I've ever had. I was blown away. My girlfriend's like, well, that's what happens when you don't post in 2 months. I'm like, I guess maybe I'll wait 2 months and then post again.
That doesn't work, man. I can tell you from experience.
Right. Hey, but it was nice to see people commenting on some older videos and stuff while I was gone. So it did show me that people were still watching. And there's a threshold you have to make every month in views and ad revenue for them to pay you. And I hit that threshold every month. So that was kind of nice too. Definitely wasn't what I normally make a month, but it at least hit the threshold. So that was nice.
Very cool. Yeah, I need to start making videos more often too. Just like you, maybe like 3 a week would be pretty cool.
Yeah, it was definitely a big deal to finally cut off my armbands. I had 3. I had my just normal one, I had an allergy alert one, and I had a limb alert one because I have some blood clots in my right arm still. And so we couldn't do blood pressure or draw blood or do anything in my right arm. So they had to take my blood pressure on my leg, right below my knee, for like almost the whole time, because I got those blood clots early on.
Did they say what created the blood clots?
Yeah, I had a PICC line put in, and somehow that created some blood clots. And so I threw DVTs, and they instantly took it out. They spent an hour and a half doing ultrasound on my neck, my whole arm, and everything, and determined that it was kind of in this area where they are, I guess.
That can turn into pulmonary embolism.
Yeah. So I have had to cancel my trip to Greece in June because I'm not allowed to fly right now. So that's a bummer. My girlfriend and her 2 kids are still going, but I will not be attending that trip. So yeah. So I don't know what that's going to do for the rest of the year. I had some shows I was going to fly to, maybe some work things to fly to. I'm not sure how long I'm not allowed to fly, but I may change plans and end up going to California Custom Knife Show this year instead of Blade West. We'll see. Only because my older brother also asked about maybe going to CCKS. John, no, I did not use a Hellraiser to cut off the bands. I used the, it's still over in the kitchen, my Thomas Knives Raku. Go watch the short video. Give me some more views on that, and it'll show you. But no, I did not do a Hellraiser. Although I have been talking to Ed Kim over at Red Horse Knife Works the whole time I was in the hospital. So that's always nice, and chatting with him and whatnot. So, yep, he's still alive and kicking. He just posted up a new Quay Kim that he built for sale. It's a pretty cool looking knife. What else we got here? So yeah, so there's some drama, I guess, going on in the knife community also, I've heard about.
Oh yeah. Okay.
Something with Marfione and something with ZT and Hawk.
Hawk, not ZT.
Well,
So here's the
yeah,
scuttlebutt. So the
yeah.
scuttlebutt is maybe like I saw these things starting to flow in. I can't remember how many months ago. Maybe like 6 months ago is when I noticed it. Maybe
Mm-hmm.
that some of the Ultratechs are coming out advertised as ZBPs, zero
That's it.
blade
Yeah, yeah.
blades.
Not ZT. It was Marfione with the ZBT. Yeah,
So
yeah.
I kind of scratched my head when these things came out, and I'm like, huh, they did it too, huh? I wonder like how they came up with a different mechanism to lock the blade in, right?
Right.
Now I've always loved hawk knives. I have a couple. I very big fan of them for many years because they do such innovative designs, and they do such weird lock mechanisms. Their knives sound unique. They have these
Yep.
weird clicky locks and things, right? So I'm all for it. However, uh, I have been following them since they've been making the deadlock in the early years, and like from Model A, like,
Yeah.
and my thing with them is that I have wanted a Model C after a while, and actually I prefer the B, but um, the thing is the price got so crazy for those things, and OTF titanium for like 22, 23, 2,500 bucks.
Yep.
I'm sorry, that's like, it's cool technology, but it's just I'm not. I don't know. Maybe one day when I have a tax return and I got nothing to do with it, maybe like for something like that.
Yeah,
But
I agree.
but then I noticed that these Ultratechs came out, and again the same question came to mind. Like, I wonder how they did it with a different mechanism than Hawk. I'm like, that's kind of clever. Now, recently, I actually reviewed a different kind of mechanism on the inside OTF. I didn't open it up, but the Desert Knife Sand Shark at OTF I bought,
Okay.
um, that thing is pretty cool because inside it's got the locking tracks just like a Microtech does, but it's got on both sides versus a Microtech only locks kind of like on one side of the track. So it's kind of cool. It's like kind of different and new.
Yeah.
And then I see a video, I think it was the day before yesterday or yesterday that I watched it, and it was Gavin Hawk,
Mm-hmm.
and he was saying that basically that he has sent a cease and desist letter to Microtech because they're using his kind of mechanism, if you will. And
Yep.
they kind of sent him a letter back, is what he said, pretty much telling him to pound sand in a Microtech like fashion, right? That's a Tony type move. But I'm like, cool. I'm gonna go buy me an Ultratech ZDP for 400 bucks.
Did you buy one?
Not yet, not yet. I didn't find a unique looking one yet that I wanted. I actually saw there's a couple like semi customs, like how this thing's like the Marfione signature.
Yeah.
They had another one where like it had like blue Damascus blade and stuff. So I was kind of looking at those, but I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna probably like snag one of those, even if it's a production one,
Yeah.
just to
Yeah.
see. But yeah, that is the new scuttlebutt on the street. Is that and then he said he did file against Microtech, so he's gonna
Yep.
sue them and do all that, blah blah blah.
Yeah. There's
Just
always
like the
something going
ZT
on.
thing, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I kind of thought something like that was going to happen. But there's got to be another way to have zero blade play with not using the
I
exact
don't.
way that Hawk's doing it. I mean, I don't know. Obviously, I'm not no
The
engineer. I don't build.
only way, the only way I could picture a knife having zero blade play is if the blade like had some sort of wedge system with
Yep.
pressure from the rear that would hold the wedge,
Yep.
right? And that's kind of similar to like how that works. There's like a specific shape to the locking pin and everything. But that knife is super cool. But I mean, that's really like the only way, right? You have to support it on both sides and wedge
You
it
have to.
somehow.
Yeah. Uh huh. Yeah.
So
So
I'm sure there's a different way to do it. but maybe microtext is different enough that it'll be different enough, and maybe it won't. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, for sure. Detroit
Yeah,
in the
so that's
house. Have a good flight, my friend. And yes, I am super happy to be seen, if you will, my friend. So thank you, Detroit, for all your encouragement while I was in the hospital. He's a guy I know personally. We've hung out, been to his house, all that good stuff. So he was super great. He has also had extended hospital visits before, lost a lot of weight and stuff like that. So he's very good to kind of talk to about my experiences and stuff. Knife Watch, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. Not missing too much these days. Heard Hindra will be dropping an XM18 liner lock and a new aggressor blade pattern. God bless you. Towards smooth and full recovery. Thank you. I need all of the thoughts and prayers still because I am not done yet. Still have a lot of pain. I still have a plethora of medications that I am taking in the morning and the evening. I even need to inject myself twice a day, which isn't really the funnest part of my day, quite honestly. It's not a big deal.
What is it? Is it heparin?
No, it's a blood thinner that I put in my belly.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
That's what you
pre-made
do with
shots.
heparin.
It's pre-made shots. I don't have to like mix it from a syringe or nothing. I just take it out of its package, squeeze my belly, pop it in, shoot in 100 milligram, and call it good. But injecting yourself is weird. I'm sure that there's a lot of people that are diabetics and have to give themselves insulin and all those things, which, knock on wood, fortunately, I have not become diabetic. My pancreas is still working enough. I don't need to worry about that at this point. That could change. The doctors have said, yes, there is a chance. You may have to do insulin in the future. We don't know. But right now, it's just the blood thinners, which I'm getting used to. It's not a big deal, but I'd prefer not to inject myself just because.
Yeah.
I'd rather not.
My dad had a stroke. He had those too, where he had to inject in his. You have to rotate the 6 sites on your stomach for the blood thinners.
Yeah. And once I'm done with all my surgeries, they'll switch my blood thinners to an oral med. It's just right now because, so like I have a surgery on Wednesday. So I just will not inject myself Tuesday night or Wednesday morning, and I can go to my procedure. If I was doing orals, I would have to stop taking it today so that it could be out of my system by Wednesday. So, yeah. Blind. Yeah, you missed it. You got to scroll back to the beginning. No. The short story for anybody that wasn't here at the beginning. Yes, I was in the hospital for 64 days. I came down with an extreme case of pancreatitis. So my pancreas got really swollen, grew a cyst that was about 9 inches, which is bigger than the pancreas, bigger than your liver, bigger than your appendix even, I think. So it was 2 months in the hospital of managing pain and going through all of that. Did a couple of surgeries while I was in the hospital, put in some stents, drained the cyst, and now I'm home and doing outpatient surgeries. So because the pancreas has turned necrotic, so there's a lot of necrosis, which is dead tissue on the pancreas. So now they're going in and scraping off all of the dead tissue from my pancreas. So that's the long and short of it. And Fred the Lug, winner, winner, chicken dinner. Lovenox is the blood thinner that I am giving myself. Yeah, and luck, no, it's not really fun. I'd rather not inject. So hopefully we can be done with the surgeries. A couple more surgeries maybe, and then I can just switch to an oral med. And I'm okay with the oral med. Yeah, not sure. I got to do it for a while. Needle all the way once a week. No, let's not do that. Fire breathing, I'm not sure it's absolutely horrible. Being dead would have been more horrible. So I always have to look back at the, hey, I'm alive. Now, when I got sick, I was on a plane from New York to San Francisco. About 2 hours into the flight, started not feeling good, went to the restroom, thinking I just maybe had air sickness or something. Nope. I started sweating, the room started spinning, I passed out in the bathroom, and for the next 4 hours was in excruciating pain until we landed in San Francisco, and there was an ambulance at the gate to take me to the hospital. And out of all the ambulance rides I've had so far, it's just a little bit of a little pet peeve. Not one of them turned the lights and sirens on.
Damn it.
Like, I feel gypped. And the ambulance rides aren't cheap. I've gotten, like, my insurance pays most of it. You know how that works, right? It costs you
It's a deductible.
$9,000 for an ambulance ride for 10 minutes, but I only got to pay 600 of it or whatever. So I don't have to pay all that much for it. Like, God dang it. I wanted the lights and sirens at least once. At least for like a minute. But no lights and sirens for me. They are super uncomfortable. And when so my surgeries are in the San Francisco hospital, but I was in the Vallejo facility about an hour and 15 minutes away. To tell you the truth, an hour and 20 minutes in an ambulance sucks. The gurneys are really narrow, and it was just really terribly uncomfortable. So, yeah, ambulances kind of suck. And yeah, the least they could have done was run the lights and sirens for like a minute, just because.
Right.
And yes, Fred, ambulance not need. They said no, it has to be an emergency.
It has to be an emergency. I'll be right back.
You have to be dying for us to hit the lights and sirens, and then there's a bunch of paperwork. So you don't want us to do that, they told me. I'm like, yeah, but we could be out of this traffic really fast. But no, they never did. So I'm a little bummed by that, honestly. But I get it. It's okay. They probably would have charged you more if they hit the lights and sirens. I don't know. Still going over all the final bills. I think I've paid my hospital or my medical insurance enough to cover my out-of-pocket for the rest of the year. But I'm still waiting for all of those explanation of benefits, I think they call them, where they break down all the stuff and tell you how much it costs. It'll be interesting to see what it is at the end of the day. It's probably $100 grand-ish. I don't know. It's just in ambulance stuff, and what they sent me already, I think is about 30-40 grand of bills. I didn't have to pay all that much. Don't get me wrong. I have insurance, but it's interesting to see what they actually charge. Pretty crazy.
It is pretty crazy.
But I could have bought a couple of knives for that 30-40 grand. Or a watch. I thought about selling some knives and buying a watch to commemorate this life-altering event, but haven't done that yet.
Yeah.
That's a great point, Fred. At least they didn't divert the plane and land me somewhere else. I would have ended up probably being diverted to like Atlanta or Denver, and then I would have been 2 months in some other state, like, because they couldn't just put me on an ambulance and drive me to my local hospital. Like, it would have been effed. So I am super glad that they didn't divert the plane. Yep, I hit my out-of-pocket maximum early, so that's great. Yeah, buy a watch. Yeah, Detroit's always about buying the watches. So, and there's 2 different ones I have in mind, but I'm not ready to buy a watch just yet or sell a bunch of knives. But we'll see. I might sell some knives. I've got too many, I think. But we'll see. If somebody wants something that I have, make me an offer. Everything's for sale almost. You never know. Somebody did actually make me an offer on a watch. And so there is a watch that's being sold. So he's got a couple like payment things. I'm like, that's fine. No big deal. Like I wasn't looking to sell, but he's like, hey, how much? How much? How much? I'm like, look, if I were to sell it, I'd probably sell it for X. He goes, all right, I'll buy it. Here's some money. Okay. I'm okay with that. So,
which one did you sell?
The Omega SMP 300, my black dot one.
Oh yeah.
Yep. It's got a good deal out of it, and you know, it's good. So that'll help pay for my hospital stuff, I guess. Like, and I'm not going on vacation now, so the money I was going to spend to go to Greece can now go to the hospital as well. Like, you know, it's all good. Yeah,
Right
work
on.
is okay. I went out on disability, so I got paid by the state. Not quite what my normal salary is, but I was fine. I have not had to dip into savings, and I go back to work tomorrow to get my normal salary back. And we'll see how it goes. Kind of easing back into work. I work from home, so it's easy to ease back in, right? Like, you know, so yeah, I'm ready to get back to work because I'm a little not bored at home, but I'm one of these guys that likes my work, and I've missed so much in 2 months. I'm upset because I don't like to miss anything. So I don't take a lot of time off because I don't want to miss anything. I want to be in the know and know everything that's going on. So, yeah. Nope, I have not had to resort to selling feet pics on my OnlyFans site yet. So, but you never know. There are a couple of watches I want. I've thought maybe that could be a way to kind of fund my watch fund. I mean, is it so bad? I mean, would you guys think down on me? Just
You're showing your feet for money?
Yeah.
What a slut, man.
I mean, would that be so bad? I mean, guys can do that too. There's guys doing that stuff. I might have looked. I mean, I might have heard something about that. But that's all good. Barefoot, thank you. Yeah, I got it a little trimmed up. It's a lot less Santa Claus and more wizardry, I think. We'll see how I can get this to grow out. It's kind of the plan. We'll see. Maybe here. I don't know. We'll see how long I can get it to grow. But yeah, a couple days after I got out of the hospital, I had to go to the barber, shave my head, clean up the beard, and make it way less Tom Hanks from Castaway and more like respectable.
Listen.
Yeah, see, Detroit was in 3 months, so he's got me beat.
Mo Patty asked me why I didn't go live while Dirk was out. You know, I thought of it, but I just don't feel like I don't know. I just didn't feel like I would have I don't know. Didn't feel right. How about that? I need my buddy here, man. You know, like it's just it's like it's a friendship thing. It's like a team effort, you know. And to be fair, like I actually kind of enjoy my time off because I've been going to the gun range almost every single weekend.
That's
and
cool.
I've been really busy trying to catch up on, you know, this thing that I'm getting into a lot more now. So I've been spending endless hours researching holsters, guns, IDP rules, how to not get disqualified. USPSA rules, how that stuff differs, that sort of thing. So I took it as a break for myself too.
Yeah.
Spend time with my family, and then also kind of get caught up on like a new hobby I'm going to be doing. So yeah, that's totally why. But the thought came to my mind, maybe I just come on one time, just tell you guys, I'm talking to Dirk, he's okay, but at the same time, I knew he was going to come back, so I just waited for him.
Yeah, and I tried to post on Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube every so often. Hey, here's the status. Here's what's going on. Try to kind of let people know I didn't just disappear. And Detroit, unfortunately, not a good record to have. Yeah. So my other friend, his wife reached out when I posted 50 something days. She goes, "Are you trying to beat Robert's record?" I said, "I don't even want to know what Robert's record was." So then Robert chimed in with 111 days was his record at the hospital when he was waiting for a heart transplant.
Oh, shit.
Which he got. He's doing fantastic. He had an enlarged heart, and he actually has his own Discovery show about it. His old heart is in like some museum thing. Like it's totally interesting.
Oh, that's wild.
Crazy cool story. Crazy good dude. Really good friend. So yeah, he was 111 days for his longest hospital stay. So thank God I was at 4.
I had a client that had a like one of my regular customers for a decade. Like she's been coming to me a long time with her car, and I noticed she changed her license plate the following year, and it said, what was the plate? It was like something new heart or whatever. I'm like, hey, you got a new plate on your car and stuff. She looked different, it's been a year since I seen her. And she was telling me she got a heart transplant, like the whole story, and like the fear of it being rejected and all the drugs you got to take. Like, I mean, I used to be an LVN, so I studied a lot of that stuff in nursing, but it's quite fascinating. It's amazing what the human beings are capable of fixing now, compared to before.
Yeah, for sure. The modern science and medical technology and whatnot is absolutely crazy. So yeah, and all the surgeries they're doing for me are endoscopic, so they go in through my mouth. So I don't have any incisions in my stomach or anything. Ultimately, once everything is calmed down and I'm like healed, then they're going to go back in and remove my gallbladder. But they're going to wait until everything is back to normal first, so they don't upset too much while they're in there.
Why are they taking that out?
As a precaution.
I mean, I guess.
Oftentimes, gallstones will be a contributing factor to triggering an episode of pancreatitis.
Yeah, but
we don't want to take any chances. And I swear to God, I'm not going through this shit again. It was so painful. Yeah, I would literally do anything rather than have another episode like this. There's no way. Like, yeah, if this happens to me again, I'm not sure what I'll do. I would not wish this on my worst anybody. It's horrible. Probably from what the doctors told me, it is pretty much the worst pain imaginable for a patient of any surgeries or procedure of anything. So
does that mean you get to tell women that when they complain about giving birth pains that you can tell them I've felt something worse?
Yes. Yes.
We all of us men have wanted to like rebuttal that answer, and you finally can do it for the rest of us.
I finally can. Yeah, even Guri, he's agreeing, and he gets it with what he does and stuff. So yeah, and the doctor said that yeah, mine was one of the worst cases they've seen ever. So usually you're not in the hospital for 2 months.
You're a hero to us, all of us, man. Now, any woman that tells you you've never given birth, like
yeah, you've never had pancreatitis.
Yeah. So take that and stuff it in your
Yep.
feminine thing. Yeah. Women.
Yeah, see, Mo Patty. I mean, see, even Mo Patty's kind of agreeing. Like, I mean, labor doesn't last for days, so yeah, you have me beat. So yeah, yeah.
I forgot we got a woman in here. Huh?
Labor pain only lasts hours to a day was pancreatitis. Pain can last weeks. Yeah, it's what 10 or 12 weeks, 10 or 11 weeks now today, and I'm still on some pretty decent pain meds here at home. I can't drive because I have the pain meds I'm on and stuff. So yeah, still now I'm in a lot of pain and taking some opiate pain meds.
I didn't do that or have any episodes like that since we've been gone, but I did get tinnitus for 3 weeks. That was pretty bad. It was so I went to the gun range with like 6 or 7 of my coworkers, right? And then we get there and one of them doesn't have ear protection. And I always bring extra, right? I always bring extra glasses, extra ear protection. So I give him my usuals, and then I grab my old school Howard Lie ear protections, right? I put them on and we're shooting. And then, of course, like some of my coworkers just bought this gun, so they feel like they want to go ahead and, like show it off and shit.
Yep.
And so a couple of these guys are new shooters, brand new. So I tell them, I said, hey, if you're going to go buy a gun and you're a new shooter, what are you looking at? And, they're like, oh, we're looking at the Hellcat. I'm like, oh, the Springfield Hellcat. I'm like, that is a super cool deal right now because you could get it with like a red dot and like a bunch of other accessories for like $800. It was a crazy deal that you could get on these things, right? So I said, yeah, man, like go for it. Hellcat Pro, that's a great gun, blah, blah, blah. So these idiots show up with their Hellcats to the range, except they didn't buy a Hellcat Pro. They bought like a compact Hellcat with a comp on it. So they got these tiny little like wrist breaker guns. Yeah. And they've never shot it before. So that's like the worst gun to shoot when you're a new shooter. Like I remember the first gun I bought myself pistol wise was a Glock 17. I went with a full size gun because I knew and I was always told start with a full size gun. You'll like to shoot it a lot more. And so anyways, these little 9s with comps on them. I don't know if you ever shot next to a gun with a comp on it. It's fucking loud, man. It's got this crack that comes out of it. And it's annoying. It's like a clack, clack, like kind of thing. So they're shooting next to me, and then they start doing this cholo like sideways, like, just for fun, whatever. And I'm fine with all that, but the problem is that the comp is fucking loud, right? And it's clicking in my ear. Anyways, I just kind of power through it. I start noticing that my headphones, like the padding part is kind of loose. It's unglued in the headphones that I have.
Oh yeah.
I don't have anything else to wear, so I'm like, fuck it, I'll just tough it out. It's okay, right? Then all of a sudden, when I'm like pulling forward and we're getting ready to shoot, I hear this blah, like right in my ear. And I'm like, and it rang my ear so bad that I actually like ducked down and grabbed my ear with protection on. And it was it turned out like this guy, like maybe like four people down, is shooting a Desert Eagle, a 50. So I've been around those many times and they're fine. But the problem is my hearing protection is not completely fastened on the back of the thing, right?
Right.
So not only does he take one shot and it like kills my ear, he takes 2 more shots and then it's like blah blah. And by that time I'm almost like kneeling to the ground because it hurts so bad. I was like probably right in that blast wave, like completely like in the right sweet spot. So yeah, I had tinnitus for like 3 weeks. I jumped online. I bought these gel like covered like ear pads for my Howard Lies, which I installed, and I also bought some wireless Bluetooth 26 decibel ones. Like I bought like 3 or 4 different sets of hearing protection because I was so annoyed of hearing this. And it, you know, when you, well, I don't know if you know, but some people may know when you blast your ear. And I used to be field artillery in the Marine Corps, so I've given myself tinnitus a few times.
Right.
But the type of tinnitus that you give yourself when you get the blast in your ear, you'll hear a different sort of pitch. It could be higher or lower. If you've given yourself a very low pitch tinnitus, you've done some serious punching to that drum, like for sure. And that's what I had for like 3 weeks. I thought it was going to be permanent, man. I was really nervous. It was like, like all day long, man. While I was sleeping, it was hard to sleep. Like it was nuts. So yeah, I ended up yeah, the gel cups that that he was talking about for the Howard Lies, those are the exact ones I bought. They're from Ear Pro, I think is where it is. And then yeah, the Walker razors are pretty good too, but once I put these gel Ear Pro gel ones on there, I tested them last week at the range and they work perfectly. So no more of that. But I'm gonna tell anybody else who's a shooter here, and of course it's pretty like, you know, common knowledge, but if you've had a set of headphones for like a lot of years and you notice that they're coming loose, don't be a dumbass like me. They're not protecting your ears like you think they might. Yeah. I'm so glad I don't have like permanent hearing damage, man. Like I was so glad, man, because 3 weeks was a long time. I was going nuts, man.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. But yeah, that was funny. Sort of.
Right.
Yeah, yeah. But you know what? Cheers to you, Dirk, man. I'm so glad you're back.
No, thank you. I really do appreciate it. It's been a long road. I still got a long way to go, but I'm home and I'm alive, so it's all good. All good.
We're gonna go back to having some guests pretty soon, I'm sure.
Yep.
I think I want to do a couple more, just me and Dirk, just to get back into the rhythm of things.
Agreed.
I have a couple of guests that have been waiting to jump on with us. One of the head Emerson like guys on the one of the head Emerson knife collectors, Edwin Callow.
Oh yeah, yeah.
He was one of the guests that I had lined up to come. He's been asking about you. By the way, I got to mention too, thanks a lot to a lot of you guys who have reached out checking on Dirk too, because I did get a lot of messages as well checking on him. I thought that was pretty cool, you know. Yes,
yeah, even my girlfriend got a couple of messages too from work people and stuff. It was kind of odd. I'm like, why didn't they just text me? But okay.
Yeah,
it's all good.
I'm glad. Cool.
Yeah, no, every message, every text, every comment and stuff was super helpful when you're in a hospital. So yeah, if you know somebody that's in the hospital or not feeling good, just send them a quick message. Hey, hope you're feeling better. Just something, because it means a lot when we're just sitting there doing nothing, mindlessly watching TV, reading a book, maybe scrolling on our phone. Like we feel like crap, but to know that somebody just says, "Hey, I hope you're feeling good," just thinking about you, that shit means a lot. It means way more than you think. So keep that stuff up.
Yeah, I didn't want to annoy you, but I did want to annoy you. You know.
Yeah,
like
don't reach out.
As long as you knew I was thinking about you, like, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe you wouldn't be too mad if I like message you once a day or every other day or some shit, you know?
For sure. Daily stuff is fine. If it's 5, 6 times a day, that gets a little bit much. But if you want to reach out every day, every couple of days to somebody, just do it. It
We
means
normally talked every day
a lot.
though,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
So it's different for me. I kind of felt like I lost like uh like a family member for a second that went away on vacation for a bit. You're kind of like part of my normal daily routine, you know?
Yeah, it was really hard for me too when I first landed in San Francisco. I was in so much pain, get in the ambulance, go to the hospital, to the ER and all that. I didn't really have a chance to like text my family or text my friends, "Hey, I landed. I'm going to the hospital." Like, so they didn't know what was up with me for hours. Like, I should have been home, and people are like, "What?" Like, I start getting all these texts that I find out later, like, "Hey, is everything okay? Where you at?" And all that. So, yeah, that really made me feel bad because when you land, there's like a couple people I always text, right? "Hey, I landed. I'm at my car. I'll be home in an hour or two," whatever. But I wasn't able to do any of that. And so nobody knew where I was or what I was doing. So it was like that was hard for me. Holy she's Guri with the big super chat. Thank
Nice.
you, sir.
Nice. Thank you. Thank you.
Much appreciated. Mo Patty says, "I hated today because you were in the hospital. I did want you to know that I was thinking about you." Yeah, no, it's all good. Everybody does it their own way and stuff. But yeah, just if you know somebody in the hospital or somebody that's out of work for like a week, if they're just out sick one day, it's fine. But if they're out extended, reach out,
Oh
call them,
no. Oh
text them,
no.
send a
Well,
message.
if it's my coworkers and they're out sick, I'm like, "It's your pussy stop bleeding already, man? Can you get
Thanks,
back
Luck.
to work already?"
Right?
I'm
But
brutal,
yeah,
man. I'm
just
brutal.
reach out to people. That's kind of my public service announcement for today, I guess. So
Bye, Luck Knives. Always good to see you, buddy.
yeah, so I think we're gonna wrap up here too. I'm getting a little tired. I gotta go lay down, but we will get back. I don't know if we'll be back in 2 weeks or not. We'll see. But we will be back on a regular cadence here soon. I'll get some videos going here soon. Um, keep the comments coming. You guys know how to get a hold of me. Facebook, Instagram, Yahoo, YouTube comments, things like that. It's all good.
Yep. Yeah. Keep on reaching out. If you guys have any like different ideas of stuff you want us to chat about, please send us a message. Best place for me is Instagram. You can find Dirk there too.
Yep.
And we'll be happy to also get some guests in here and talk about some knives. I'm probably gonna be bringing up guns a lot too, man. I'm sorry, man. This is just gonna be part of the EDC hour.
Yep.
We'll do some gun stuff too, if you guys are into that. And then watch stuff. Yeah, we gotta have a watch episode. We haven't done a watch episode in a while.
No, well, that'd be a good one to do. Maybe get a good watch guest on or something.
I've been doing a lot of the like wear a watch. I wore the same watch every day for 6 months.
Sweet.
That was pretty cool.
It's
Yeah.
cool to do extended carry stuff,
Yeah,
extended
yeah.
wear, just because I think you really bond with it, and it really makes you think, do I need all these other things? To me,
Yep.
anyway. I
Yep.
start to question, why do I have, 6 watches or 9 watches, whatever it is I have now, which isn't all that many, but I don't need the rest of them because I only wear these 2 usually. Like, same with knives. I generally carry this knife or that knife. There's 2 or 3 that I kind of rotate through. So, yeah, I did a lot of that thinking too in the hospital. We'll talk about that more in the next one. But thanks
Sounds good.
everybody for being here. I greatly appreciate all the support, as does Alex. And we will see you guys on the next one. And there you go. Peace out.
See you guys.